Welcome to Sports Talk for You. We are the Triple A's. I'm Adam. This is Aaron, and that's Armand. And welcome to our show today on this wonderful Friday, sunny day.
Cold.
And
Cold.
Cold. Obviously, you can tell right behind us. Anyway, first things first. I guess the NFL wants to change the NFL playoff format. What do you guys think about it?
I like it. I like it because I think it adds an extra element to this regular season. One of the other proposals is to move the preseason from 4 games to 3 games, which honestly should be good to 2 games.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because the preseason's too dang long, too stupid, and you get all these damn injuries.
Exactly.
And with the proposal of the playoff, you're adding one team to each conference. But the kicker is only the number 1 seed gets the bye.
See, I don't
That's
like
the
that.
thing. So I like it because it gives credence to at the end of the season to shoot for the number 1 seed, especially that number 2, the team in the number 2 seed, instead of resting their starters. You get a lot of these teams rest their starters week 17, and of course that
So wait, you say
affects
there's
the fantasy
chances
football.
the Patriots won't get a bye now?
Shocking.
Shocking.
What do you think of it?
You know I disagree with it. I'm old school. I like those regular rules, man. I agree with cutting it down to 3 preseason games, but it just gets on my nerves that the MLB comes up with putting an extra team in, and then the NFL decides, oh, okay, well, let's put an extra team in. What's next? Is hockey going to add an extra team?
Hockey has too many teams.
Is NASCAR going to add? Is NASCAR going to add 2 winners?
No, they're going to add one more car.
If you ain't first, you're last. You know.
Okay,
it's
Ricky
like,
Bobby.
But the thing about this is not the first time the NFL has done it. Because back in 1990, you had your division winners and 1 wild card. And in 1990, they added a 3rd one. So this is not the first time this has happened before with the NFL.
I'll be open to it. I know last season they were really harping a 17th game. And I like the idea that in order to get the 17th game, they're going to cut the preseason back, which needs to be done. And quite frankly, I think that there should be no preseason games. You look at college; they don't play it. They don't play.
Still need a couple preseason just for those rookies to get in.
That's where the inter squad practices, where Tennessee goes to New England, train together for 2-3 days.
Right.
That's more beneficial than any damn preseason game.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, I remember a day where there were 6 preseason games in the National Football League back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Right.
Meyer, just have 1 preseason game.
Yeah, I'm up for just one.
Don't play the starters, play the rookies, see what they look like.
But those NFL owners want that cash money and that revenue, though.
Yeah.
That's true. But does anyone really show up for preseason games?
I've gone to a couple, and they're boring as hell.
Yeah, see,
I watched the first one just to see, that's NFL football, and then about the second quarter, okay, I'm ready for the regular season.
And another thing is, I don't want to go to a preseason game when it's 95 degrees outside.
That's true.
That's baseball weather. I'd rather go watch the Royals across the street from Kaufman.
That is true.
Across the parking lot.
Yeah, because I think only one time have I actually watched a preseason game.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely boring. And I vowed to myself I would never do that again.
And the only preseason games I watch or listen to is the Redskins, just to see what's up,
Yeah.
See if Dwayne Haskins is going to be that franchise man.
Which I think he will.
Now, the thing about this NFL is I kind of agree with it because it's like this year. You had the freaking terrible NFC East.
Terrible.
Who Philadelphia got in at what, 8-8, 9-7?
9-7.
9-7. Which knocked one of those 12-4 wild card teams out of the playoffs.
Right.
The only thing I agree with adding this extra team is now it gets a chance for these division winners that win at 9-7 or 8-8, knocking these 12-4 teams out. It gives these 12-4 teams a chance. My thing is, don't give the division winner that's 9-7 the first, don't give them a home game.
Right.
If there's a wild card team at 12-4 and this division winner is 9-7, Make the damn division winner go play on the road to the better team.
I understand
know?
that, but then you're taking away the credence of actually
Winning the division.
your
Yes,
division.
that's the thing. Because I'm kind of with you on that.
I'm with
but
you too,
It
but-
does take away of the importance of winning that division.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I mean, I see it both ways though.
right.
Because
I do too.
it's like the NFC and AFC. What is it? NFC East will play the AFC North every 4 years, or all that stuff.
Right.
It's not these other teams' fault that they're going in kicking their asses. They're the
That's
better
true.
teams.
That's true.
It's not their fault the NFC East is trash or the AFC East is trash besides New
understand.
England.
Right.
I
I
understand.
mean, give these 12-4 teams the home field. Like Seattle, they should never have had gone to Philadelphia. They were by far the better team. I
Yeah.
mean, by
Right.
far.
Yes, and they didn't have a problem with.
And somehow
their
that got the highest TV rating out of that whole weekend.
Really?
How did that game get the highest TV rating?
because they wanted to see if the
called-
receivers would actually catch
Drop
the
the-
ball
It's
for
called
Carson Wentz.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Russell
what it's
Wilson.
called. It's called Russell
Hey man,
Wilson.
in that 12-man, there's a lot of 12-man fans,
Yeah.
man. I'm telling you that right now.
12-man fans, right.
Yeah. Wait, what wasn't it 12-man fans that left the stadium a couple years ago when they played
Was it the Green Bay Packers?
Green Bay Packers?
And
They
they
were
came
down
back.
by like 20 points, and they came back, and fans were wanting back in the. Oh yeah, that's a
The
12th man.
12th
Way to have- Chiefs fans stayed in their seat down by 24 points.
That's true, except for that one guy.
Except for the one
20
guy,
The
but
one
hey,
guy.
Hey,
that one guy,
Hey.
Patrick Mahomes, even told him to stay home the
Stay
next game
home.
because we don't want you at.
Now with the Major League playoff expanding, what I believe is they're going to do away with that one game wild card, where you work so dang hard all season, you get that second wild card to go into one game with the other wild card, and all of a sudden, you lose and your season's done.
Make it a best of 3.
I think they're
Correct.
going to make it a best of 3. One thing I really don't like, the team, the number 1 seed, gets to choose.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I don't
about
like-
that.
You
That-
know
that's
they're
like
going to choose
what?
That
the 8th
one's-
wild card team. Or
Exactly.
the 7th,
Yeah.
sorry, they're adding one.
That's a bit of a stretch, but
Yeah.
I see them doing like a 3-game series because I would find it completely sad if, say, you had one of the 100 winning team,
Right.
one of the 100 winners, lose that one game.
Yes.
That would be so sad. But I mean, it's kind of like the NCAA.
So how's this going to
tournament.
work though? Because you're going to have 3 wild card teams. Does the number 1 seed get an ALDS bye all the way to the championship? I mean, how's this going to work?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what all the
That
You
was
got an
details
odd
is.
number
Just-
of teams.
Right.
It's like
So I would assume
unless
that they
maybe
would do
the first
bye.
wild card team gets a bye, and the bottom 2 wild cards play each other, and then
Right.
whoever wins that
Right.
plays the top wild card.
And I think
Okay.
one of the things you got to do, you have to shorten the season again. I think you have to
down
go
to at
back
least
to 150. Yeah, 150 games.
That's 10 days right there. That'll work.
Right.
That or make the best of 5 ALDS a best of 3.
That would work.
Would fans be pissed off about that?
I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be.
I
No.
wouldn't be.
Because that best of 5 is just
Kind of a.
I remember
gross-
when the ALCS and the NLCS used to be a best of 5 way
or
back
cut
in the
down
day.
the World Series to best of 5.
I don't think you do
You
that.
don't think
no,
that?
not the
No?
World Series. The World
I-
Series is too important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta get your trash cans ready.
Exactly.
Or whistles.
or whistle. Don't forget the whistles.
I mean, hell, I had to throw my whistle away at Coke Arena, but we'll let whistles inside the.
Astro Stadium. Come on, man.
Oh, did anybody know that Waste Connections changed their name, by the way? What do they call them now?
Astros, Connections.
Boom.
To sign up for Astros Connections Management, you get a free trash can and a baseball bat. All you got to do is go to astros.com. They will give you free trash cans.
10% off your first bill.
Yeah.
Enter the code AAA. Holla at a friend.
There you go. Well, it'll definitely be interesting if they approve these different formats
Right.
and just try it out.
I mean,
I'm up for whatever.
And I think
I
the-
disagree, I agree, but we'll see how it works.
I think
you don't know till it actually
It's a trial and
plays
error.
out.
right,
you
an
know.
expansion to the 17th game won't happen next year. It'll happen
In
probably
2021.
2021.
Mhm.
Yes.
Well, should we move on to NASCAR for a few minutes?
Ryan
Yes.
Newman, Amen. Your
Yes.
guardian angels were with you.
I
We
tell
are
you-
praying.
And Dale Earnhardt's
Dell
death
Senior was right there
did not go
over,
in vain.
over Ryan Newman praying, man. He was.
because that crash was scary, man.
As a NASCAR fan for 35 years, that's probably one of the scariest wrecks I've ever seen.
Yep.
In your
And
opinion,
that's
was
a-
that worse than Dell Earnhardt's?
Oh yes, it was
Because
way.
back then they didn't have the protection like they do now.
No, and the way that Newman hit, he was upside down.
Well,
he
that and he
tore
hit the
the
wall
joint.
dead on, just like
Right.
Earnhardt
Yeah.
did. It's like,
And you go to the safety testament of the safer barrier, where that wall, if you show a replay, that wall gave a lot, which dissipates that energy. It
Right.
dissipates the energy to the wall instead of the car and the driver. But I know back in the day,
well, they said
they
the
hit concrete.
head thing kind of broke as soon as he hit the wall. That keeps their head.
Their Hans of Ice. I
They
don't
said
think.
it broke or something, and they said the fact that it broke and the fact that he came out like he did was just a miracle.
I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't hear about that. But the roll cages, the way they were set up, and actually Ryan Newman was one of those guys who came up. There's something called the Newman Bar, and he created it after one of his roller accidents a few years ago at Talladega. And with the cars nowadays, the driver is more towards the center, and then to like that far left side. Because if this accident happened 15 years ago, Newman's not here.
Oh no, he's
Right.
not.
No,
Right,
that's just
no.
Now here's my thing. There was a lot of flack on it about how they showed the accident and then right away they went to the celebration ceremony.
right.
Was
Thing
that the
about it
wrong
is,
thing to do, or was that just NASCAR?
you know what? In the heat of the moment, I don't think Denny Hamlin knew. I don't think they did not know the severity
Yeah.
of the accident
Because
until
who was the one that turned his car?
was Ryan Blaney.
Because Ryan Blaney, I don't
Felt
think
it.
that dude slept that night.
No,
Because he
Neither-
almost
no.
cried on national television.
Ryan
He said
Blaney
that
and
he-
Corey LaJoy, they probably didn't sleep that night
Yeah.
until
They
until
teammates.
what's that?
Because Ryan Blaney said he was just trying to get on Newman's bumper.
Go.
They're,
to
they're
help
four.
his
They're
team.
four
Yeah.
teammates. They're four
Okay.
teammates. They're a different
Blaney
organization.
Blaney even said, "I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to help my teammate get by me."
Right,
He was trying to go
exactly,
Ricky
man.
Bobby and Cal Naughton
Right.
Jr.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You know,
The
he's
old
trying to go shake and bake.
Shake
Yeah.
and bake.
You know,
Yeah.
he was trying to get him to pass, and then he just accidentally got the side of
Yeah, 'cause
Newman's car and just because
Blaney
it was coming
knew-
right around that last turn.
Right.
Because Blaney knew he didn't have enough room to make the pass on Newman, so he wanted to help a forward teammate,
Right.
beat Denny Hamlin.
Right.
And which unfortunately it's a product of speedway racing.
It's
It's
gonna
a
happen.
racing accident.
Yep.
No fault to Blaney. No fault
And
to
Ryan
Corey
Newman even
LaJoy.
said he wasn't mad about it. Ryan Newman said it was just a NASCAR
It's a
incident.
racing
He was
incident.
trying to race. He was trying to do his job.
It's a racing
so-
incident, and it's just a miracle that 2 days after that wreck, we're fearing the worst.
Yeah.
He walks out with his 2 young daughters.
Yeah.
Right. Well, praise God on that one.
Amen.
Man,
God, man, it
seriously.
You know, he
'Cause
did
they
have
look
some.
nasty.
Yes.
It
And once
was
we got that
nasty.
news, a couple hours later, that
Right.
it was non-life threatening. Like,
And then
Praise the
what,
Lord.
Day and a half later, he's already out of the hospital.
Yes.
Right.
He's probably going to be raced.
actually, no,
He probably won't do the next race, but he'll,
no. Ross Chastain's going to fill in for him this weekend in Vegas. Let's see we don't know what injuries Ryan Newman suffered,
Yeah. Right.
whether he suffered a
it's not
concussion
even
or whatever.
injuries. It's just going to be that fear of getting back in that car.
Right.
But he's a tough guy. He's
Yeah.
a tough hombre.
He's not like Ricky
And-
Bobby and thinks he's on fire running around.
Running around.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, Ryan is a tough guy. As for NASCAR drivers, they're wired differently.
Right.
You in the bag, you see accidents like that. Austin Dillon goes in the fence a few years ago in Daytona, hops in the car next week. That's how they are. That's how race car drivers are.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad he survived it, and NASCAR can move on from that.
Exactly.
Holy cow.
Denny Hamlin
Yeah.
can celebrate his win.
Yep.
Back-to-back Daytona 500s.
Yes.
Jeez. Well,
Speaking of, right here,
Yes.
coming up next week,
that's
we're
right.
going to have our top 25 pick'ems and maybe get into some bracketology because now we're getting 3 weeks away from opening day of
Opening day. You know,
NCAA tournament. Well, I guess 2.5 if you count the first 4
that's true.
in Dayton.
That's right. March is next weekend.
I
Holy
know.
Which is
Nikes.
next weekend.
I know. I'm excited, man. Bring on the madness, and this tournament will be madness.
It
So,
will be.
I wanted to
Absolutely.
try something a little different, which is just see who the top 25 teams are playing, and then we make kind of a guess who's going to win that game.
Right.
So the first one, I'll bring up my team. Number 14, Oregon visits number 24, Arizona. Who do you got? And it's okay to say Oregon. I will not be offended.
Is
Okay.
that Arizona?
Huh?
Is that Arizona?
It's in Arizona.
Arizona.
I will take
really
Arizona.
All right.
I will take
All right.
Arizona.
Oregon got beat last night pretty good, and they did not play good at all.
No.
Pritchard tried to get them back in that game, but
Yeah, and it's that duck needs to die. I mean, I'm sorry, but if they lose to Arizona, then they will
take Dana
be
over
out
with
of they'll be out of the Pac-12 running. So hope that happens. Number 2 is Tennessee visiting number 13 Auburn.
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 Tennessee's terrible. They fell off the cliff early in the season.
Yeah, and you know what? That's kind of a Rick Barnes team right there. He'll have one good season, and then he'll follow it up with just underachieving, to say the least.
Like you
season.
need at Texas.
Correct. And then Marquette at Providence.
Oh,
That's a tough one. That's
Providence
a tough
is
one.
good at home, but Marquette's good. Marquette just got beat by Creighton. I believe. Was that Creighton that Marquette beat? Yeah.
Yeah,
Creighton
you're right.
just beat
Yeah.
Marquette at Marquette.
So, who you got?
I'll
I'm
take
gonna go
Marquette.
Providence.
I'll take Marquette.
You'll take
I'll
Marquette?
take Marquette.
Okay.
Providence is
I'm going to
good,
go the
but I'll
home
go
team.
Marquette.
Providence is up and down, but
I'm
Marquette.
going to go with Providence just because I don't think Marquette is that great on the road.
Yeah.
And that's my only thing.
Now, Duquesne at Dayton, we're all going to pick Dayton.
Exactly.
Dayton
That's a
is
no-brainer.
Dayton.
Hey, do you think they're that Topping guy is the best player in the nation?
That's hard.
Think about that one. We'll get back to that one next week. Number 17, West Virginia at TCU.
West Virginia.
Yeah, West
I gotta go
Virginia.
with
At
Virginia.
TCU, you know what? I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go
Oh,
TCU.
you got
I'm
it.
going
There you go.
TCU.
You're
Upset
going
special.
Go with the
My
upset.
lock of the week.
My lock.
All right, Michael Strahan.
I know. I was just going to say. All right, we got Houston visiting
Houston.
Memphis.
I'm going to go with Memphis for the upset. I'm sorry.
Memphis, yeah.
I'm going
I
to
think-
Houston. Oh, go ahead.
I think Houston's got more to lose. Memphis, the pressure's off because
They're terrible.
If they want that bubble, because technically they're still in the bubble. If they really want it, they're going to go.
Houston is so
Yeah.
dang good in this
They are
conference. They're
good.
the best
They are.
team.
They're
That's
a
my
great
lock for the
defense.
week right there. So, help Wichita State out. Come on.
Villanova at Xavier. That's a
Xavier.
tough
That's
one.
a tough one. I will have to go with Villanova.
Villanova?
Villanova.
No,
you
change
got?
mine to Villanova because they've been playing really good.
Villanova?
ball lately.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go at home with Xavier.
Is that your lock?
Yes,
That's
that'll
your
be my
lock.
lock.
Just
All
That'll be
right.
my
guarantee.
lock. All right, now here you go. Florida State, number 8, at North Carolina State.
NC State.
And don't forget what they did to Duke the
NC
other
State.
night.
They trash
Now,
Duke so
They
bad.
could be overconfident too.
I'll be
that
going.
big win.
Here's my actual lock: NC State over FSU.
I'm gonna go NC State, but my thing is, if NC State gets too overconfident,
I'm gonna go Florida State. Florida
You're gonna
State's
go- all right,
really
there you
good.
go.
I think Florida State's probably the most underrated teams in college basketball
Agree.
right
this
now.
is the easiest pick of the week right here.
UNC at Louisville.
Louisville by a mile.
Louisville.
Yeah.
UNC is trash. Man.
Yep, I agree. So we'll do Louisville for that one. And then UCLA at Colorado. Now, mind you, the cue ball's got them playing well.
I'm going
And I
with
mean-
Tad Boyle on this
Tad
one.
Boyle, I
Colorado.
understand.
Shocker, man.
Actually, in this one, I need Colorado to lose because they currently have one game. I think they're one game up on everybody, so I need them to lose. So I'm going to go, unfortunately, UCLA because they're my second most hated
Nick
team
Cronin.
in that. So you will be going with who?
I'm going with Colorado.
Colorado. Okay. We got Florida at Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Florida's been playing well.
I'm going with Florida. Sorry, I just don't like Kentucky. Sorry.
Florida needs that. They're a bubble team, and they need it. That'll be a
Okay.
good resume builder for Florida. I'm gonna go Florida.
Okay, Florida on that one. All right. And then UNLV at San Diego.
San
San Diego State.
Okay.
San Diego State's challenge will be when they play Colorado State.
Okay. Yeah, we agree on that one. Virginia Tech at Duke,
Duke came off that big loss. They're gonna be ready.
especially at Cameron.
You know, I'm a
I'm gonna go
Hokie.
Duke.
Other
You're
than
a
the shock,
Hokie.
I'm a Hokie.
Hey,
but
I'm saying you're going for Virginia.
now Duke.
You want Duke?
You got to
All
go with
right.
the head.
Duke's coming off that big loss. They're Coach K's not going to let that.
Yeah, and hopefully this time, Coach K, you'll actually shake
and talk to the
hands and
coach.
talk to the coach a little bit, because that was ridiculous.
I'm going
Terrible.
to go with BYU here.
Gonzaga,
Yep.
BYU. I
I
like
think
BYU.
I like BYU too.
Gonzaga struggles against
The
BYU.
soon-to-be American rivals.
Yes.
Exactly.
Coming soon. Mark my words on that.
Here, here. I can't wait for that Wichita State Zags game. Penn State at Indiana.
Indiana, man, they're a good.
Yes,
home team.
they're a good home team.
They're a
We'll be
good home
doing.
team, but Penn
And
State's
they're
on the road.
bubble. Indiana's gonna win.
You got
I
Penn
like
State?
Penn State.
Penn
Penn State
State
is good, man.
All of a sudden, Penn State's becoming a basketball school for the first time in
Yeah.
25
There
years.
you go. Hey, and then we got St. John's visiting the Hall.
Seton Hall, man.
Seton
Seton
Hall's
Hall.
good.
Yeah.
Seton Hall's very good.
They are, but for Arizona's net ranking, I need them to.
Louis Connor
win.
II is not walking
But-
through that door for St. John's anytime
Yeah, no.
soon.
We got Maryland at Ohio State.
Maryland squeaks by. They barely beat
Golly,
a 6-18 Northwestern team.
You know, I watched that game. I was like,
I'm going Ohio
Seriously?
State.
Ohio
man.
State.
I
I
love
am too.
Turgeon. He got the Shocker program back up, but he just is struggling on the road this year.
Yeah. Butler at Creighton.
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 I'll take
Creighton's been
Creighton.
playing really good.
And then the $1 million question: who you got, KU or Baylor? Sorry, guys, I got Baylor at home. I think that they
I'm-
made a big statement, beating the Kansas Jayhawks by 15 at the Fog.
you know what?
Sorry.
We're going to hear from these KU fans who think they're all
I'm
that
going
and
Baylor.
bull loney. Baylor at home.
Baylor
Baylor
at
at
home.
home. Baylor is
Make it
so
blue, make it blue.
good.
Baylor at home. So
Baylor's
Baylor
too
at
good
home.
right now.
Baylor at home.
Wouldn't be surprised KU winning that game and winning that game by
Yeah.
more than 10, but I think Baylor at home is
Yeah,
too good.
they're too good this year. And
Yes.
in years past, I would say that they would find a way to somehow blow it spectacularly.
Right.
But I think this year's different for them, and I think that they got KU by about 15.
But looking at that Baylor roster, though, those are the same guys that were in Coke Arena last year.
Yeah,
They were down
Wichita
by
State
30.
was up by
Yep.
30 at one point.
I think minus their point guard because he's a
Yes.
freshman.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All
well,
right.
that's our guess'ems.
Go ahead and click the subscription button. Please subscribe. We promise you our videos are fun to watch. They will get better as we go.
And hit the like
We
button.
might even have more trash cans coming up in the future. We'll
Yes.
see. Or whistles. Maybe we'll get a whistle. in
We'll
here.
do something fun.
Use AAA as your promotion code for your new trash can.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Anyway.
We appreciate you guys watching, and we'll have bracketology next week and get into college basketball.
Thanks for
Thank
watching.
Thank you.